Hello everybody, Caitlin from Pared Down Home. If you're just finding my channel for the first time, welcome! You can follow me on Instagram at Pared Down or subscribe to my blog at pareddownhome.com. I vlog and blog about living zero waste or attempting to reduce the amount of waste that the average household in North America produces, and to share my tips, my journeys, my wins, my fails, and hopefully inspire others to rethink their consumer habits in an effort to reduce how much waste we send to landfill. And yeah, so this video today is actually an update video. I've had a lot of inquiries about my diet. I did a video about a year ago about giving up dairy products and eggs and finally going vegan. It was summer of 2015 that I gave up meat, and it was probably about 6 months or 8 months later that I decided to give up all animal products for consumption. And yeah, so this is my update. And I guess I'm gonna start off by saying I'm not a fan of these labels. I will have to do sort of an update video or a follow-up video to do with that, because it seems kind of crazy that I say that we live zero waste, which is very much a label, and yet in this video I'm talking about not liking labels. But anyways, the zero waste video will have to come at another time. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to talk about labels in terms of diet. And so yeah, I did proclaim that I was going vegan about a year ago, and I will say that I wake up every single day with the best intentions of not eating any animal products. But that's hard. And it's hard because it's in everything, and well, dairy's in everything. Butter and eggs are in a lot of foods. And the other reason I find it hard is that my family is not vegan, and I've learned that I have to respect that I can encourage and introduce my family to another way, but that I cannot impose it on them if I want it to be sort of a lifelong change that they would adopt. So yeah, I wake up every single day with the best of intentions, and there are many, many days that I am 100% successful. And then there are the days when a piece of chocolate cake flies across my radar, you know, someone's birthday, or, you know, we've gone out for dinner somewhere and somebody's ordered it and said, oh, I can't finish it, help me. And I'm like, oh, I'm so weak. Okay. So yeah, I end up slipping up when it comes to sweets. I have a huge sweet tooth. I'm practically a beaver, and the only way I'm able to keep my sweet tooth in check is to keep eating sweets. Is to do with basically it's sweets, and every now and then baked goods. So yeah, I do falter. And when it comes to the labels, when I falter, I feel really shitty about myself, because I have, you know, self-proclaimed that I am vegan. And so I end up beating myself up and feeling super shitty that I have just failed myself, and that I'm not, you know, I end up feeling as though I'm not being genuine or authentic, or that I'm lying because I have, you know, succumbed to a moment of weakness. And I end up really contemplating that, because, you know, here I am trying to do something positive. You know, I'm trying to lead a very aware life where I am trying to create as little waste as possible and trying to make the best decisions I can for myself and my family, and to try and not consume animal products. And then I feel shitty about it because I'm not perfect. And so that's where I have this issue with labels. Labels basically allow us to, you know, put someone in a little box, like, you know, that has very defined parameters. And I find this even within the vegan community and within the zero waste community, that we put people in little boxes and then we label them and then judge them and critique them based on how they're measuring up to these predefined, you know, terms. And it's wrong, because we're all trying to do the best that we can, and we're all doing something positive. Like, we're moving through the world with a different level of awareness to a lot of people, and then we're made to feel crappy about it. It's not okay. I'm a part of a few online zero waste communities, and there are a lot of vegans in these communities, and there ends up being a lot of bashing back and forth, basically stating if you're not vegan, you're not zero waste, or if you're not, you know, if you still, you know, buy secondhand leather or silk or whatever, that you're not vegan, or that you're not zero waste, or whatever. And we're all judging each other instead of supporting each other and encouraging each other. Had I not been introduced to the zero waste lifestyle, I would not be someone who doesn't consume meat and who actively tries to not consume dairy and eggs. We're all on our own individual journeys, and we all come about to different realizations at different times. And we have to allow for that and not judge each other and criticize each other for not being exactly where everybody else is at. You know, the whole reason why we are blogging and vlogging and Instagramming about zero waste, about veganism, or about plant-based lifestyles is to hopefully encourage and inspire others to rethink their lifestyle, and to perhaps adopt certain aspects of the zero waste or of vegan or vegetarian lifestyles, to hopefully one day adopt more habits and practices, and share those with others, you know, like grow the movement. And all of this negativity and judgment is just completely counterproductive. And so that's why I would like to step away from having labels, because yeah, I do consume dairy and eggs from time to time. It's never my plan, but it does happen. We go out to this one fantastic little Greek restaurant probably once a month. And I would say 4 times out of 5, when I request no feta on my Greek salad, feta comes on my Greek salad. I think they think that I must just be crazy to not want it. And they're like, well, she really wants it, so we're gonna put it on there. Anyways, I struggled for a long time thinking like, if I eat this, I'm not vegan, but if I send it back, it's not zero waste because they're gonna throw it out. And you know, and also I struggled with, if it gets thrown out, then that's really dishonoring the animal that, you know, sacrificed to allow us to have that dairy, you know, like what a waste. So, you know, I end up keeping it. I don't send it back because to me that is the ultimate level of disrespect for the animal and for the food. And yeah, my daughter ends up usually eating most of it, but there's still remnants of feta on my plate. And so, yeah, there's a lot of situations that arise like that, that I feel like if we're so strict within our definitions and with our labels, that we're sort of missing the big picture. because to me, it's worse to send that salad back and have it wasted than to consume it and to be thoughtful about consuming it. Yeah, and my family is not vegan or vegetarian. I would say that I definitely think one of my 2 children will not consume meat. She's definitely displaying and talking about not wanting to consume it. And I'm not pushing it either way. I'm not forcing her to eat it, and I'm not encouraging her not to eat it. I'm just sort of letting her come around to her own thoughts around it on her own. I answer her questions. I answer them as honestly as I can. And I'm leaving it at that at this point. And my husband has come leaps and bounds from when I first met him. He would eat animal products 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. And that's not even a joke. And now, and when we first were married, I would cook probably, sorry, I've got like a tickle in my nose. Let me just give it a real good itch and get it over with. And when I would first, you know, serve soup and salad for dinner, or serve these vegetarian burritos that I used to make, he would grumble, like, there's no meat, it's not dinner. And there was, you know, there was still cheese or sour cream or whatever. And he was just like, ugh, no, not dinner if there's no meat. Now I can happily say that we eat probably 3 vegan meals a week, 3 dinners. I always cook meals that can be modified so that it's very easy to add meat to it for the family, and then I just don't have it. We don't consume dairy at home anymore unless it's a special occasion where, you know, I'll pop out and get cheese to make pizza for friends coming over or something like that, which I would say happens once every 4 to 6 months. But yeah, we buy butter. We buy significantly less butter than we used to, but my husband has to have butter in the house now. And yeah, I would say that 95% of the breakfasts and the lunches that I prepare are plant-based for my kids, and they love it. There's no complaints. And from my husband, there's no complaints anymore. So we're definitely on a journey as a family. I need to respect where they're at and what their comfort level is. And if I hope to, you know, continue to reduce the amount of animal products that we consume in our household, I think I need to be gentle about it. I need to learn some more recipes that everybody enjoys, and to inspire and encourage that way, vice just cutting it out and saying, tough, this is the way it is, suck it up, buttercup. Because I don't see that as a way to have people adopt new practices, you know, long term, because basically I'd be self-imposing my belief system on them instead of having them come around to it on their own. So yeah, that's my sort of update video slash rant on labels. I'd love to hear from you on what you think about labels. Yeah, I definitely think, one last thing, that labels are useful in terms of communication, and just in communication basically in terms of restaurants. Like when I go out to a restaurant and I ask a server what's on the menu that doesn't have animal products, they're like, oh, you're vegan. And I don't correct them because that's annoying, and what's the point? I am looking for vegan options, and it's an easy way for them to communicate with me, and it's an easy way for them to communicate with the chef. So it's an easy way to communicate my preferences. I don't call myself vegan. That's not how I am going to move forward. But yeah, I definitely see the purpose in certain situations. And if all of these communities were more positive and not so negative and judgy and, you know, self-righteous in some respects, then maybe I'd be okay with calling myself, you know, this or that. But for this particular point in my life, I would like to be labelless in terms of my dietary choices. So yeah, shoot me a message, a comment, let me know what your philosophy is and how you sort of navigate these labels, and how you deal with not feeling shitty if you do screw up ever. Yeah, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe to the channel below. And yeah, like I said before, follow me on Instagram at Pared Down, and have yourself a wonderful day. Thanks everybody. Bye-bye.